Hello students, welcome back. So today we are going to start another topic, that is useful activities of bacteria. In our previous lecture already we have done about the structure of bacteria and about the reproduction as well as the mode of nutrition. So here it's the last topic of the bacteria. So what are the importance of bacteria here? The first importance here, nitrification. We all know about the nitrification. In nitrification what happens? The ammonia changes into the nitrites then nitrates. So here some bacteria are responsible to break down ammonia into nitrites. So examples, nitrosomonas, fine, and another one bacteria is nitrobacter, which will convert nitrite into nitrate. So these are some examples. So you see here students, you have to memorize all these examples because these examples are important from the examination point of view. Fine. So next one is nitrogen fixation. So another importance of bacteria is nitrogen fixing. So the atmospheric nitrogen which is present in the atmosphere, it will be converted into the simpler form and it will be taken by the plant. So these some examples I mentioned here: Rhizobium, Azospirillum. So these bacteria are responsible for what? To fix the atmospheric nitrogen. Okay, then third one is dairy products. This example you can see in your home also. What happens? Milk changes into curd. So what is that bacteria which is responsible to convert this milk into curd? What is that example? Streptococcus lactis, and we know that lactis is related to what? Something milk. And the example, Lactobacillus lactis. Fine. So this is example again of bacteria. Now the fourth one is antibiotics. Here another important of bacteria is that they are useful to manufacture the antibiotics, and these antibiotics are very useful for any diseases, for against any disease. So streptomycin can be extracted from Streptomyces griseus. This is another bacteria, and another bacteria, Bacillus subtilis. This bacteria is very important from the examination point of view because different antibiotics can be extracted from the Bacillus subtilis. Okay, so here I will mention one more thing about Streptomyces griseus. This is the example of what? It is example of Actinomycetes. Okay, now what is Actinomycetes? As in the continuation of kingdom Monera, in Monera there are different members. Already we have done Archaebacteria, we have done Eubacteria, Cyanobacteria. Then we will after this we will start with the Mycoplasma, and one more member is there, that is Actinomycetes. Okay, this is also known as false fungi because due to the mycelium. Mycelium is present where? In the fungi, but here also you can see that some mycelium like structure is present in the Actinomycetes, so it is a resemblance. Fine. So or we can say it is a linking between the bacteria as well as the fungi. Okay, because they are showing some structure like the fungi. So we can extract this this is another example of kingdom Monera, and we know that Monerians are the prokaryotic as well as they are what? Here Actinomycete will be the unicellular. Fine. So this is the another important point you can add on. Now the fifth one is industries. We can use these bacteria in industries also. How? So many productions are there. Vinegar production. Vinegar is what? Simply an acetic acid. So how it will prepare? With the help of ethanol. So ethanol will convert into acetic acid with the help of a bacteria, Acetobacter aceti. So this bacteria will convert ethanol into acetic acid, and it is useful for the people. Now another one is ratting of fibers. What is meaning of ratting? Ratting means that extraction of fibers from the plants. So how this process can be done? We know that what are the fiber crops? Jute. These are the fiber crops. So how can we extract it from the plant? By dipping into the water as well as with the help of some bacteria. So what is that bacteria? Clostridium bacteria is responsible for the extraction of fiber from the plants. Okay, then another one is production of vitamins. So all these are the example of industries because industries are manufacturing it. So another example, vitamins. So how these vitamins can be manufactured? Here I mentioned E. coli. This example is very important because we are using this bacteria in different places. Okay, so here E. coli will produce what? Vitamin E and vitamin K. You have to memorize these things. So these E. coli can produce what? Vitamins, and where it is present, if you will come to know that E. coli are present in the human intestine, and these producing some vitamins also, and these are useful. Are they, we can say, some whenever they are present in our intestine, they will be as a good bacteria. Okay, now the another one, sixth one, purity of river Ganga. Okay, so how the purity is maintained? Another bacteria is responsible to pure the Ganga river. We know that it's a holy river and it is very pure. So what is that bacteria? You have, again, this is very important, Dalovibrio bacteriovirus. Okay, bacteriovirus. Okay, so this is example of to purify the Ganga river. Now another one is seventh one, pollution indicating bacteria. These are those bacteria which can indicate that this water contains some polluting agent. Okay, so like this, what happens, they can be detected that if E. coli number are more in the water, it shows that the pollution is more. In Ganga also, if you will, if you have done in your 10th grade also, there was example that how they are identifying the pollution rate in the Ganga river. So these E. coli, on the basis of these E. coli, because we know that they are in the Ganga river, bacteriophages there which can kill all these things, so that it is pure. But along with this, in any river or any place where water is present, so this E. coli represent the number of pollution, or we can say represent the rate of pollution. Fine. Now eighth one, for genetic engineering. That's why I said that this E. coli is very important, because we are using this bacteria in different places or different different areas for our purpose. Okay, so here genetic engineering. For genetic engineering, if in 12th grade you will come to know that how we are changing the genetic structure of the plant species or animal species. So these E. coli and agrobacterium is helpful for the biotechnological techniques. Okay, so these are some importance of bacteria. Along with this, one more I have to add here, in genetic engineering and biotechnology, how we are using these bacteria. These bacteria, for example, you have you heard about the BT cotton, BT brinjal. So in all these BTs, what we are doing, we are incorporating some bacteria. What is that bacteria? Bacillus thuringiensis. Okay, BT, this is a full form, BT brinjal, BT cotton. So this bacteria is responsible for what? For attacking against the pest. So here we have done different examples of usefulness of bacteria. Now we will start with the another one, the harmful activities. Okay, so there are some disadvantages of these bacteria. The first one which I mentioned here, food poisoning. So example is Botulus clostridium botulinum. What happens in this bacteria? You can see this example in the cane food. In the cane food, what happens, that if it will be of several days, so it may be chance that it can be affected by this bacteria and it will cause food poisoning, and due to this, what will happen? There will be disease in the body. Okay. The second one is water pollution. Again, some bacteria are there which are responsible for creating the pollution. So one of them is Vibrio cholerae. If their number has been increased here, what will happen? It shows that there will be a more pollution. The third one is diseases in human beings. So some diseases, these bacteria can cause diseases in human beings, or in plants, or it may be in animals, because we know that mode of nutrition can be what? It can be parasitic also, or it may be pathogenic also. So how it can be pathogenic? We have done that all the gram negative bacteria are pathogenic in nature, and the gram positive bacteria are the non-pathogenic. Whenever we are talking about diseases in the plants or human beings or animals, it means that these bacteria are what? These are gram negative bacteria. Okay, so here first one is typhoid. This disease can be caused by the Salmonella typhi. So typhi related to typhoid. Right? Another one is tetanus. Clostridium tetani. Again, name indicates with the tetanus. Another one is cholera. Cholera is with Vibrio cholera. See students, these examples are very very important. Again I am emphasizing on these examples because it comes in your entrance exams. Okay, and another one disadvantage of bacteria, disease in animals. They are causing disease in animals too. What can the diseases? I have mentioned two diseases here. Anthrax caused by the Bacillus anthracis. Fine. And another is black lag, Clostridium chanvi. Again, these bacteria are responsible for causing diseases. And fifth one is diseases in plants. So how they are causing diseases in plants? The first one example I have mentioned here, citrus canker. This citrus canker caused in the citrus fruit. What are the citrus fruit? Like oranges, all the fruits which contains vitamin C. We can say that's oranges or some variety of oranges. It can cause citrus canker, and the causal organism is Xanthomonas citriae. Again, it is what? It is a bacteria which will cause this disease in citrus fruits. Now another one is bacterial leaf blight of paddy, or we can say rice. It can come paddy as well as rice. You don't have to confuse this between these two. Okay, so in this blight, what are this the causal organism? Xanthomonas oryzae. Xanthomonas is same genus, and oryzae is related to, we know that the scientific name of rice is Oryzae sativa. Okay, so here I mentioned Xanthomonas oryzae. It is a causal organism for the bacterial leaf blight of paddy or rice. Another one is crown gall in many plants. You must have seen some outgrowth coming from the plants like this. Okay, so what this outgrowth shows? It shows that they are having some they are affecting with the diseases. So that's why I have written crown gall. Some outgrowth will be there. And what is the bacteria responsible for this disease? Agrobacterium tumefaciens. We know that wherever there is an outgrowth or whenever there is an extra accumulation of mass, so it's like a tumor. Fine. So here that's why the name they have given tumefaciens, the related to the some accumulation of mass in the plant. So these are disadvantages of bacteria, or the harmful effects of bacteria. And here we have done about everything in the bacteria. In the continuation of the kingdom Monera, in the next lecture we will continue one more member, that is Mycoplasma. Fine. So thanks for that's all for this lecture. Thank you.